In this video, I am going to show you 11 best tank mates for your betta fish. So let's start the list. The first one in our list is mystery snail. Mystery snail is a very good option if you have a small tank of about 1.5 to 5 gallons. This snail can grow up to 2 inches and it is very easy to care for. Ideally, you should keep only one mystery snail if you have a small tank. Primarily, they will eat algae from your fish tank and you can also supplement them some algae wafers. If you have sand substrate in your aquarium, then they will get lost into the substrate during the day and they will come out during the night. So they will not bother your betta fish. Calcium is very important when it comes to proper development of this snail. So you should add some calcium supplements in your aquarium from time to time. You should add calcium supplements after the weekly water change. This snail breeds very easily, so you should keep an eye on it or you will end up with a lot of snails. The next one in our list is cherry shrimp. Cherry shrimps are very popular in vertebrates. They come in vibrant color and they are very easy to care for, which makes them an ideal choice for beginners. They grow maximum 1.5 inches and live for about 1 to 2 years. They are algae eaters and they will obviously help to keep algae in control in your tank. Besides, cherry shrimps are extremely peaceful and they spend most of their time grazing in the aquarium, so they will not bother your betta fish. Overall, if you have a 3 to 5 gallon tank, then cherry shrimp is a very good tank mate for your betta fish. Cherry shrimps are omnivorous and they eat both vegetarian and non-vegetarian food. Primarily they feed on algae, but you can also supplement them other food like pellets and also some vegetables. If you are going to feed them vegetables, then be sure to boil the vegetables before feeding them. You can feed them spinach, zucchini, carrot, etc. The next one in our list is African dwarf frog. African dwarf frog is a very peaceful frog. It can grow maximum 3 inches and live for about 5 years. African dwarf frog may nip on the fins of your betta fish, so you should keep an eye on it, but many people have successfully kept it with their betta fish, so it really depends on the personality of the frog. If you have a 5 gallon tank, then you can easily keep African dwarf frog with your betta fish. If you have a larger tank, then it will be a lot easier to keep them together. African dwarf frog are amphibians, so they will spend most of their time inside the aquarium and will come on the surface of the water of your aquarium to breathe a few times a day. African dwarf frogs are omnivorous, but usually they prefer meaty diet instead of veggies, so primarily you should feed them mosquito larvae, brine shrimp, earthworms, fish fry, etc. The next one in our list is Kuhli loach. Kuhli loach is one of the best freshwater fish you can keep with your betta fish because it is very peaceful fish and it will not bother your betta fish. It is an eel-shaped creature and it usually hides behind the things like plants, roots, substrate, etc. They are also very good tank cleaners, so they will easily eat the leftover food in your aquarium. This also helps to keep the ammonia levels in control in your aquarium. Kuhli loach stays active during the night and they are inactive during the day when betta fish is active. So you can easily keep Kuhli loach with betta fish successfully without any worry. To keep them together, you should at least have a 5 gallon tank. If you have a 5 gallon tank, then you can easily keep them together. The next fish in our list is neon tetra. Neon tetra is a very peaceful fish and so it can easily live with your betta fish. It comes in many different varieties like blue, red, translucent, etc. It can also change its color according to the change in the lighting conditions in your aquarium. Besides, neon tetra are very hardy fish and they can tolerate a wide range of water parameters, so you can easily keep them, and they are also very beginner friendly. As neon tetra is a schooling fish, you should keep them in at least a group of 6 of the same species. Another reason keeping neon tetra in a group is that when you keep a single neon tetra with betta fish, then the betta fish may chase the neon tetra until it gets tired and kill it. So when you keep them in a group, there is high chance that they will survive in your betta fish tank. If you want to keep them all together, then you should at least have a 10 gallon tank. You can feed most of the fish food to neon tetra like frozen or dried bloodworms, brine shrimp, flakes, etc. The next fish in our list is Harlequin rasboras. Harlequin rasboras is a very peaceful and interactive fish. They can get about 2 inches maximum, and they are very hardy fish. They come in orange color, which we don't find in betta fish, so they are very compatible with most of the betta fish. As Harlequin rasboras is a schooling fish, ideally you should keep them in a group of at least 6 of the same species. You can feed a variety of food to Harlequin rasboras like frozen or live bloodworms, brine shrimp, mosquito larvae, and flakes. The next fish in our list is celestial pearl danios. It is a very peaceful fish and it only grows up to 1 inches. It is also a very hardy fish and can tolerate a wide range of water parameters. So even if you are a beginner, you can easily keep it in your tank. This fish is ideal for your betta fish tank if you have a very heavily planted tank, because the natural habitat of celestial pearl danios is consist of lots of vegetations and plants. Besides, plants will also provide it a lot of hiding places, so it will not be stressed out all the time. Celestial pearl danios are not really a schooling fish, but when you keep them in a betta fish tank, then you should keep them in at least a group of 6, because then the betta fish will not be able to target only one specific fish, and there is high chances that they will survive in your betta fish tank. Besides, celestial pearl danios eats most of the fish food like frozen or dried brine shrimp, bloodworms, etc. The next fish in our list is Corydoras. Corydoras is a very peaceful fish and it is one of the best fish to keep in a betta fish tank. This fish can grow anywhere between 1 to 2.5 inches long, and it lives for about 5 years. Corydoras are bottom feeders, so they will not bother your betta fish. As Corydoras are schooling fish, you should keep them in at least a group of 5 in your tank. You can feed them flakes, pellets, and bottom feeder tabs. If you want to keep them in your betta fish tank, then the tank should be at least a 10-gallon tank. The next fish in our list is Otocinclus. Otocinclus is a very peaceful fish and it is very hardy as well, so you can easily keep it in your aquarium. Besides, it can tolerate a wide range of water parameters, so you can easily keep it even if you are a beginner. This fish is an algae eater, so it will help to keep algae in control in your tank. This fish can grow up to 2 inches and live for about 5 years. It is a schooling fish, so you should keep it in the group of at least 6 of the same species. Again, if you want to keep it with your betta fish, then you should keep them in at least a 10-gallon tank. The next fish in our list is white cloud minnow. White cloud minnow is a very peaceful and hardy fish. It is also very easy to care for, which makes it an ideal choice for beginners. This fish grow maximum 1 inches and live for about 5 years. This may not be the perfect fish to keep in the betta fish tank, but there are many people who have successfully kept it in their betta fish tank, so you really have to test it with your betta fish and see how it goes. Another great idea to keep them together is to get at least a group of 6 of white cloud minnow, so that the betta fish will not be able to target only one fish and there is high chances they will live and survive in your betta fish tank. Besides, you can feed most of the fish food to white cloud minnow like frozen mosquito larvae, daphnia, brine shrimp, and flake food, etc. The next fish in our list is platy. Platies are very peaceful fish. They are also very hardy, so you can easily keep them in your aquarium. If you successfully want to keep them in your betta fish tank, then you should at least have a 10-gallon tank. Besides, platy fish are very easy to breed and they breed very often, so you will get a lot of platy fish in your tank in no time. So these are the 11 best tank mates for your betta fish. If you want to know 13 more best tank mates for your betta fish, then you should definitely check out my article. I have provided the link to the article in the description box below. Thank you so much.